Hi, welcome to another video with Lazy Dog Living. Today, we're going over the spinal bracing sequence. And what this is used for, just as it sounds, is to brace your spine. But not just bracing your spine in a stationary position and keeping it that way, but bracing it for movement and bracing it for functionality, bracing it for a load. Oftentimes, you'll find people putting a fault in their spine as they're trying to do some kind of heavy lifting. Of course, this is making you susceptible to injury in a very big way. Now, this site's all around recovering from injury, but even more so preventing that injury. An injury to the spine could really be just devastating, because of course we're going to have part of our central nervous system running throughout the spine, so we can't damage that. Otherwise we're going to have a loss of function and extreme limitation throughout the rest of the body. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First things first, we got to take care of the feet. And let's get the cameraman over here nice and close right on the feet right here. The feet, oftentimes we'll see some kind of distortion or dysfunction like this where they're kind of V'ing out, and oftentimes people make the excuse that this is for their balance. It's not, and sure, it might help you with your balance, but it's really destroying your hips and destroying your arches in a very big way. So here's what we need to do. We need to straighten those feet out. Now oftentimes people will call this straight, and you're really, really close. You really are. But let's keep one thing in mind. In fact, this little ankle bone right here, your lateral malleolus, is going to be one bony landmark we use. The other one is going to be your little toe. Hey, think of that. Cute, cute. Your little toe right here. We want to line those two up. You create an imaginary line right there, and take your two imaginary lines and make them parallel. You actually end up with your feet looking somewhat pigeon-toed. That's okay. And it's also going to feel a little funny to begin with. The toes, how they curve, create a bit of an optical illusion. Just keep that in mind as you're doing this. Now immediately, you're going to feel a little weirdness in the knees. You might feel a little weirdness in the hips and in the low back. Here's how we're going to correct that and really even adapt to it. What I want you to do is take your feet and screw them into the ground. Screw them into the ground, and at the same time, feel free to activate those glutes. Go ahead and squeeze them nice and tight. And what you're going to notice is the knees kind of stretch and relax. The pelvis levels itself. We go from having something like this to having something more right here. We have that nice level pelvis, and we're not dealing with an anterior tilt to the pelvis. Now that we've got these two pieces down, you will notice it affects your rib cage and how that balances, but we're going to bring some more conscious attention to it. Because of course you can't always have your glutes activated like this. You look really funny when you're trying to walk around like that. So what I suggest is take a nice deep breath in through the diaphragm and pull the rib cage down towards the pelvis. And you're going to notice that the shoulders and the back level out as you do this. You go from something like this to something more right here. And from there, you just have to finish it off with putting the head in place. If you've done all the other parts, well, the head should fall in place pretty close anyways, but what I'm trying to aim for as best I can, having my ear over my shoulder right here. In fact, I should be able to draw a straight line from my ear right down through my body, shoulder, hip, knee, lateral malleolus, and I should be able to create a straight line like that. If it takes conscious effort at first, that's totally okay. That's simply the first step in the healing process, that conscious thought and that conscious effort. For more information on the spinal bracing sequence, I highly recommend that you look up the originator of the sequence, Dr. Kelly Starrett, or even simply K-Star. He's got some wonderful information on it, and he can definitely amp you up even more. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I hope you enjoyed it.